Scorpio. This is going to be your general reading for the month of September, or the rest of September for 2018. And this is for Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, in Scorpio's best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about. Pardon me. For the month of September 2018. And so I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic cross spread for you. We'll see what comes out. Hopefully you guys are well. And I've decided I'm going to use, just to switch things up and make things a little bit more interesting for me even. Sometimes I get really tired of doing the same format over and over. Just to have a little variety, I'm going to use the Brian Froud Fairy deck for your clarifiers if you need clarifiers. The deck that I usually use, or that I have been using for so long, is called the Spiral deck. I have no idea who created it. You would think after 17 years of using the same deck that I would have found that out by now or looked that up, but I haven't. So, okay. This is in Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon's best, highest good for September. What do they most need to know about or hear about for September? Okay, I'm going to start picking your cards. I'll pick the original 11 and then I'll show them all to you, and then I may pick clarifiers after that. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Is the suspense killing you? Let's see. Ah, you got the same thing as Libra in the same position. I wonder what that's all about, if maybe you're dealing with Libras or or just you've been in similar situations. Okay. Ooh, very nice. Okay. I'm going to show you now your central experience for the month of September. Pardon me, I'm just going to move this a little bit. That eagle behind me is a kite, by the way. Okay. Your central experience for the rest of September is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. What is your countering situation or your challenge to this is the King of Wands. What is helping you is the Queen of Wands. This is one of the things that I was wowing about. You have the two, the King and the Queen. This pair and the pair of the Queen and King of Swords has been coming up together for several different signs. It makes me wonder what these kings or queens are doing right now. It would be The King of Wands is Leo. The Queen of Wands is Aries. The Queen of Swords is Libra. And the King of Swords is Aquarius. It makes me wonder what those signs are up to. They're popping up in a lot of people's readings. So, at your core or root of your being is the Ace of Pentacles. This is great. I think I remember this came out for you for August. Can't remember where, but this definitely seems like this is happening now, if it wasn't happening before. In your recent past, Libra got the exact same card in the same position. Makes me wonder what's going on there. So there's the Eight of Wands in your recent past. Your general or your best possible outcome is rather odd, and so I'm most definitely going to pick some clarifiers to go with it, is the Two of Swords. In your near future, you have the King of Pentacles. I believe he was in last month's reading too for you. Right now, this is very good. Right now, you are the Nine of Cups. In your surroundings, you have the Queen of Cups. And this position has two forms. It's what's helping you it's what your hopes or your fears. I'm assuming that this is your fears. The Ten of Wands. And because this was most definitely your fears, I picked one to be your hopes, just to balance it out, which is strength. And your general outcome is wonderful. You have the Star. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick the clarifiers now, and then I'll start interpreting for you. Hopefully this reading will make sense for you or will help you in some way. So I'm not going to bother with the Sage again. Okay. Scorpio. This is for clarifiers for Scorpio. All right. Interesting. What else do I want to know? Huh. Okay. All right. I think I've got it on what this is about. Well, okay. Let me pick one more clarifier. Thank you for being patient. Let me do one last shuffle and take a second to focus. I'm actually quite tired today, and so I chugged like 3 giant cups of coffee, and so I'm in a weird energy state right now where I feel tired yet hyped up all at the same time. I'm trusting that my guides will give me the right messages for you and that it won't really matter what kind of state I'm in. At least I'm not depressed or angry or anything that would interfere. Just I'm a little bit, my energy's a little strange right now. Okay, let me focus for 1 second. All right, okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to be concise about this and not take too long. It's already been 10 minutes. Okay, your central experience for the rest of September is that you have a fortunate turn of events. I definitely am getting a clear message that you have taken initiative towards this. It's not as if the Wheel of Fortune just happens to be turning in your favor at this time. I feel as though you have invited the Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor at this time, or that you are welcoming the Wheel of Fortune, or that you are accepting it if it has showed up in your life all of a sudden. The Wheel of Fortune represents good fortune or fated events that are coming in your life that bring about positive changes. At least that's how I'm reading it right now, is I feel as though you have a fortunate turning of events happening right now that are helping you to move forward onto the future. And this has definitely been brought about by changes of attitude or changes that you have done to your own being or your own self in order to invite good fortune in. Perhaps without realizing it, you may have been blocking this good fortune in one way or another. I don't really know why that's coming out, but it is. So your clarifier for this, this, by the way, is the spiral deck I was talking about. And this is part of the Brian Froud's fairy deck, which I'm fully enjoying today as clarifiers. It's a much needed change for me, or just a different perspective. So your clarifier for this is the Maiden. It may be that you have been wanting to nurture something new in your life. This could even be for somebody watching. You may be finding out that you are pregnant, or you may have a new baby coming into your life, whether it's your own baby or someone else's baby that is close to you. If this is the case for somebody, this feels like the soul that this baby is somebody that you have known for many lifetimes, someone that is a soul that is extremely close to you and almost feels as though it's a blessing. It's more than just a baby being born. It's a complete blessing. And that aside, babies aside, this is telling me that you have wanted a new beginning, or you have formulated a plan, not a plan, you have formulated a dream or an idea for a brand new beginning in your life. This new beginning in your life takes nurturing on your part. It's definitely young. It's young in your life, this situation, this experience that that the wheel is bringing you to. This is completely new for you. If you have already initiated a new beginning in your life, this is promising you, which is a big deal for me to say. I usually don't say things like this. This is promising you that this will grow well, and that this is something that will last, or this is something that means a great deal to you. This is promising that it will continue to grow well as long as you nurture this new beginning. Yeah. So, what is your challenge? I can see this. Let's see if I can pick it up. Okay. Your challenge is the King of Wands. I could read this in a couple of different ways. One could be a very specific message that there may be a leonine or a solar type of person, or just somebody in your life, whether it's a man or a woman, that shows the qualities of extreme leadership and self-control. Someone who keeps their instinctual nature in check so that they can behave in the best possible way. Sometimes this is a boss or a foreman or a leader or somebody that organizes things. This person could be challenging you, literally, at this time. You could be feeling as though somebody is challenging you, or being overly bossy or authoritative with you. Another way of looking at this is that this is a challenge for you to cultivate this in yourself or to regulate this. And by the energy of the King of Wands, I am saying that this person has an extreme amount of energy. He is the king of fire, after all. He's the king of energy. He has tons of energy. Enough energy to burn all the time and be able to manifest things and make things happen. He is also, when he's upright and when he's balanced, this king is the master at controlling his behavior, where he is getting things done, motivating others, motivating himself, and is able to pull all of these things off with warmth, sociability, and regularity. It's regulating your energy, making sure that you have enough energy and how to use your energy in order to have the best outcome or use it in the best way. This is also somebody who is very self-controlled, as in doesn't lose his temper often, doesn't explode on people, doesn't breathe fire on people on purpose, purposefully does not breathe fire, even though sometimes he may want to. He may want to blow fire on people, but he knows, he has learned the consequences of that sort of behavior, and he's all about getting things done. If you really want to get things done, you need to make sure that you're behaving in the best possible way so that people will cooperate with you or respect you. This is also about honoring your own needs, and this is also about asserting yourself, or taking a role of a leader, taking a role of an organizer, of someone who is in charge. So the clarifier that came with this is your challenge again, in case you forgot. Your clarifier with this is the Singer of Initiation, which this is a huge passage for you. This is a huge marking of an initiation. This is your initiation process. You are fully entering this situation of being this type of a person, using this type of energy properly, or an initiation of how to deal with obstacles that are people that are like this. Okay, let me try to calm down the caffeine jitter nerves here and interpret this properly. So the first option, which was if this is a person who is blocking you or challenging you at this time, the reason why you have this person, whether it's a man or a woman, challenging you at this time, it's to prove yourself. Not just prove yourself to this person, but something about this person being in your life and taking this role at this time for you is almost like an invitation to see if you have learned or not, or if you can utilize this energy in the best possible way on how to address these sort of things. If you have a super fiery, bossy, leonine type of person that's challenging you, the initiation is, how do you handle this person? How do you maintain your boundaries without losing it on this person or allowing this person to control you, or holding back how you feel about this person or what you want to say to this person or how you deal with this type of person? It's a initiation. It's a test, in other words. And if you pass the test, you're on to a whole different level of your life through dealing with this situation. The second option is this is a part of you that you want to cultivate more. You want to You want to cultivate this more and learn how to use this role more. If this is a continuing story for you from last month, I remember something in last month saying that you were putting yourself on display, or you were helping to organize something, or you were doing something very public where you were putting yourself out there more for other people to see. If that is the case, then your challenge may be, how do you best show your authority? How do you best show your integrity? How do you best show yourself to other people where they, or other situations where they can respect your energy or power? And how do you use the role of authority figure? This may be a challenge to you at this time, in which case this is again, same sort of thing. This is an initiation or a test in order to prove to yourself that you have evolved, or that you are changing, and that you are beginning a new path in your life that has more to do with stepping into your own authority as a leader, or as a person who gets things done. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. Okay, so what is helping you? What is helping you is the Queen of Wands. Very similar to the King of Wands, but the King of Wands is more of an organizer. She is actually more of the leader role, or the initiator, which is interesting to me since you have initiation as your clarifier for the King. So perhaps you already know how to do this. It's just how to sustain it that you are having to learn more about. It could even be that you're drawing into your life at this time a teacher of sorts that is showing you how to cultivate this more. But I did get something kind of specific in here for some reason, for somebody. The clarifier with this is gotcha, which is all about a sudden surprise, or a sudden shock, or a sudden awakening to something that you weren't aware of before. Sometimes this can be very disruptive, where, it's when things go wrong or snafus happen that you weren't expecting. Sometimes this is blessings that come out of nowhere that surprise you. I am getting something specific in here. I'm really hoping this makes sense for somebody, that somebody may have realized that somebody's partner may have a thing for you, or you may be suddenly shocked to realize that you have a connection with someone who is connected to somebody else, and so it's shocking you. You're not really sure what the heck to do about this, but this is what's helping you. Perhaps you're shocked that you have it in you to be a leader, or to get things done more efficiently, or to step it up a notch with asserting yourself. Or something shocking happens to you at this time that snaps you into realizing that you're capable of a lot more than you thought. And you may be surprised at talents that you have, or abilities that you have with how you assert yourself that you weren't aware of before. What is helping you? Interesting. You're up for some kind of a huge awakening. A sudden one, a sudden awakening, or some kind of sudden breakthrough. A pleasant surprise that comes out of the blue. Interesting. This is an Aries queen. It makes me wonder if perhaps you suddenly become aware of the fact that somebody who shows Aryan qualities, or qualities that belong to the Queen of Wands, has a thing for you. I don't know. But in any case, you may be surprised at your leadership abilities, and your leadership abilities are what are helping you at this time. So at your root of your being, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have started something new, whether it's a new business, a new home, a new physical situation. And this seed that you have already planted that you are nurturing now, which I see as being the maiden here. This is your new reality or your new seed that you have already planted that you are nurturing and taking care of now. And this seed may prove to end up being way, way more than what you thought. You may be up for some kind of huge breakthrough where you realize you are capable of a lot more than you thought, especially in a realm that you never even considered. Being a water sign person, especially a Scorpio, you tend to be the person behind the scenes or somebody who works more with the depths rather than being out in the sunshine for everybody to see. You may, since you have decided to put yourself in this place of being seen by other people more than usual, you may be pleasantly, extremely surprised by the fortune that you're getting from doing that. You may realize that you are admired and respected by people way more than you thought you would be. Or you're getting reflections back and feedback from other people about what you're doing that are an extremely pleasant surprise and help you to feel more confident about what you're doing. This seed may end up being, again, way more fortunate and way bigger than you thought. And this seed isn't going anywhere. This is definitely something that is going to stick around as long as you take care of this seed. So, in the recent past, there was a lot going on. There was a lot going on, a lot of potentials, possibilities, opportunities, things up in the air, things changing. At least there was movement. If you hit a while back a period of an impasse where you felt like things weren't moving, at least in the recent past, things have definitely been moving. Things have definitely been happening. But it may have been confusing to a certain degree on, oh my gosh, how the heck am I going to do all of these things? Or how the heck am I going to seize all of these opportunities? Which opportunity should I go with? Should I go with all of them? Should I go with one? You may have had a lot of tasks that you were trying to get done, and because there were so many of them, you may have gotten completely confused about priorities on which things most needed to be done before the other ones, or just trying to regulate all of the things that were happening. So your clarifier with that is He of the Fiery Sword, which is all about maintaining justice and asserting yourself and being fully in your integrity, taking a mature role in being responsible for the actions that you are taking. So it seems like you eventually got to that place, or this had to do with that. Perhaps this has been sort of part of your initiation into going a level up with how you get things done in your life or how you're manifesting. So it may be that there was a lot of chaos and you had to step in and be the person to set things straight or to make sense out of things that were confusing, possibly for a whole lot of other people. Maybe there were a lot of communications or opinions or messages in the air, and you needed to make sure that things were straight on the accuracy or truth of what was flying around. Getting something about, about gossip or opinions or just a lot of different things happening that were confusing, and you felt the need to step in and be that person that set things straight for possibly other people, or just set things straight with yourself on, okay, what is it that you're actually doing, and what is it that you should focus on? How is it that you should handle all of these things in the best possible way? So, as your best possible outcome, your best possible outcome is indecision, or being stuck in your head. I could read this two different ways. One way is that for whatever reasons, your best possible outcome is to hold off for a little bit. Maybe there is more around you opportunity-wise than you realize right now, and you need to possibly have a pause or a small waiting period so that you can see things clear before you make a decision. It may be that something hasn't arrived yet, so you definitely don't want to make a decision until all of your options have arrived, or until things become clearer. Another way I could read this is that you have been indecisive, or you have not known how to proceed with something. And that something is these two cards. The Spirit Dancer and the Singer of Transfiguration. This is reminding me of initiation. Except Transfiguration is very much your energy. This is a very scorpionic singer that has to do with metamorphosis, of transmutation, transfiguration, changes, beneficial changes, a breakthrough, graduating, metamorphosizing. Yeah, a huge breakthrough, a huge shift or change for the better. And this has something to do with your creative gifts or your creative spirit, your need for freedom, your need for experimentation, your need for expression, to express yourself. I'm getting that you have a lot of talents and gifts and ideas and inspiration that you have possibly kept locked up inside of you for a very long time. And now it's time to let all of those things out. For yourself, to prove to yourself this, but also just to show other people who you actually really are. This is an ongoing theme, I guess, for you Scorpionics, Scorpions, Eagles, Phoenixes. Yes, if you dance, if you experiment, if you express yourself, there's only good things that can happen from this. And not only that, it's making you aware of parts of yourself that perhaps you weren't aware of before, or that are coming back to life again after you felt as though they were dead, or they were unutilized part of yourselves that are now coming fully into fruition and into expression. The most important thing is not to arrive, it's the journey. That's what it's telling me. And so something about this, maybe you may be held back about. It's a lot for a very private person to have to let out, or it makes you vulnerable in a certain way, to let all of these hidden treasures that you hold inside of yourselves out for everyone to see. Maybe you were afraid that people wouldn't understand where you were coming from, or that you wouldn't be accepted if you let all of these treasures out. But what I'm getting here is that you are almost shocked at the response that you get from situations and from other people once you unlock all of your treasures out and pour your treasures out into the world. You will almost be shocked at the results from this in a good way. So in the near future, I didn't pick any clarifiers to go with this because I think it's pretty straightforward. In the near future, I see you as being very productive, being very prosperous, being very calm, being very stable, cultivating these qualities within yourself even more, feeling safe, feeling comforted, feeling comfortable, and wanting to be this role for other people. This is something you want to cultivate in yourself more, and this may even be an energy or a person that is in your near future that shows you how to be this. I am getting something in here about teachers, or in another word, guides, people that show you things that you are not familiar with, that you have in yourself that can be cultivated more, and they're just by example or by being who they are, they show you how to embody these things more. One is challenging, which is the King of Wands, which is showing you how to behave or how to make things happen or how to do things. But ultimately, even though it's a challenge in here, I'm not getting that it's a hard challenge or a heavy challenge or a detrimental force for you. I actually feel that it's an extremely healthy challenge for you to put yourself in that role, which is why it's an initiation. In the future, though, I feel as though even though the King of Wands is challenging, it's something that is very foreign to you. This, however, is your opposite energy, and our opposite energy carries opposites carry the same energy. They're just two different forms of the same energy. So you're much more familiar with the King of Pentacles because he is your other half. He's ruled by Taurus. And this is how you ground yourself out, is with your opposite. So in the future, I see you cultivating patience, calm, groundedness, and humor, and a relaxed, humble part of yourself more. And you also may have someone in your life that is very beneficial for you in the future that shows you these things or can help ground you out. In any case, money, prosperity, what you're trying to manifest with this seed, things are going very nicely with this in the future. So you right now are feeling like your wishes are coming true. You're pleasantly shocked at what is happening from all of this because you took initiative, because you started this process. It's almost throwing you for a loop on your good fortune at this time based off of the things that you have initiated and the ways in which you are changing. Maybe you've had some very difficult times or some very difficult experiences that have almost let you down or made you doubt your own capabilities, in which case I feel like the universe on purpose is showering you with blessings, showering you with magic, showering you with newfound, confidence and recognition for all of your hidden treasures that you've been saving this whole time, that you're deciding to share now. So in your surroundings, you have the Queen of Cups, who is a Cancerian queen. She is all about nurturing, softness, taking care of things, feeding, taking care of your emotions, taking care of your body, honoring your feelings, honoring your emotions, honoring your dreams, taking a soft role of gentle encouragement of others and of yourself. So in your surroundings, you may have somebody in your life who shows these qualities, who is very supportive, emotionally supportive, very sweet, very compassionate, very empathic, who just wants to take care of you or nurture you, wants to see you do really well, who cares very much about you. And this can also be you in your surroundings. You are taking this role now of softness, nurturing, compassion, not quite as fierce as Scorpio energy. This is more vulnerable, more soft. She is reminding me of the maiden here. She almost seems like the mother of this child or the mother of this baby. She takes very good care of her baby. She also has to do with home. She also has to do with home, with where we go to rest, where we go to nurture ourselves, where we go to eat food, where we go to sleep, where we go to feel safe emotionally, which is usually our homes, among other things. So it may be you need to nurture your home a little bit more, whether it's clean up, maybe decorate your home a little bit differently, make sure you're drinking enough water, make sure you're spending time with water, that you nurture yourself at home. Something. So, what is your fear? Is that you will go back to having to shoulder burdens to the point of feeling as though your back is breaking. That you will ultimately be overloaded by all of these things, or that you'll have to, I just got an awful feeling. It was a feeling of trauma, of being afraid that these breakthroughs, transfigurations, and initiations that are positive in your life that are happening now are somehow going to be taken away from you and you'll be back there again. It's almost like a feeling of somebody who just got out of jail who's afraid that they're going to be made to go back there, and something about going back there is going to kill them. I feel like I can get away with saying that to you where you're not going to be too freaked out. I'm a Scorpio moon. I'm heavily scorpionic, so I know you can handle hearing that. If that rings true for you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's a feeling of, oh my gosh, I can't ever go back there again, otherwise I'm going to die. Or you feel like your spirit is going to die if you ever have to go back to that again. But keep in mind, this is your fear. I don't see anything in this reading to back this up that you will ever have to deal with that quite to the degree that you did. So what is helping you is strength. And she is reminding me of the King and the Queen of Wands. She's a Leo card, which is part of your challenge. Part of your challenge is Leo energy. But it's in a healthy challenge, which is an initiation. I feel like you need to overcome fear of throwing yourself out there. I think that's come up before several times, of having stage fright or the fear of, oh my gosh, what if I'm not understood once I actually throw my stuff out there? But your hope is that you will be able to be strong in who you are and be acknowledged for who you are and honored for who you are, and that you can do this for other people, that you can be a beneficial force for yourself and for other people with things like encouragement and strong backup to be a positive force for others and for yourself. So your general outcome is wonderful. You have the Star, and I feel like you have a lot of faith and hope at this time that feels very real, because you're seeing some results, because you're seeing things happen from the things that you have initiated. It's giving you even more positive energy. It's giving you even more hope. It's giving you even more inspiration You're feeling more connected to the divine and to magic, the magic that is in life, the things that are possible, the things that it almost feels like a miracle of sorts. You're feeling much more inspired and in tune. And also it's important for you to simplify, and you feel good about simplifying and really just focusing on things that really matter to you, like your best possible outcome, which is to change and transform into something much more amazing than you ever thought you would be able to. And it's because you decided to experiment and flow with things and go with your talents and abilities and throw your creativity out there where other people can see it. To just simply express yourself fully instead of feeling as though you have to hold yourself back, perhaps out of the fear that you won't be understood or that people won't get where you're coming from or won't be able to see how you see things. But I actually feel as though you are shocked at the results you're getting or the recognition that you're getting. So hopefully that made sense. And yeah, many, 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 many blessings to you. I wish you all the best. I love you guys, and pardon me for being all caffeined up. Hopefully that wasn't too choppy or I wasn't too stuttery about that and you actually got what I was trying to say. So I will see you soon. Bye. Hello everyone. This is just a little end note for you to let you know that as well as being an intuitive, I'm also an artist, and I've just been commissioned to make 30 wind spirits that are sculptures that hang from the ceiling. And so I need to get that done in order to be able to pay my bills and feed my kid and all of that wonderful stuff. So I'm just letting you know I'm putting out all of your general readings for September out all at once, and then I'm going to be finishing this commission and then hopefully getting your bonus readings out by next week at the latest. The good thing about that is that you'll probably be able to see my sculptures behind me when you do get your bonus readings. See if you like my art at all. Also, I wanted some feedback about the bonus videos. I do know that there are people who watch those. I would love to get some feedback on whether or not I should even be including health at the end there. I know that people are interested in the love and relationships and in the career and money. I'm just wondering if doing the health reading at the end is really necessary, or if people are watching those, or if they help in any way. If people are more interested in career and money and relationships, I would rather focus on those two things for you. So if anyone's brave enough to mention to me whether or not you actually watch the health sections, whether they're valuable to you, whether I should cut them out altogether and just focus on the other two. So I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I also wanted to say that I realize these are still late. Living in such a rural area, it's actually hard. Jobs are hard to come by here, and so I do a lot of odd jobs and things on the side in order to pay my bills, as well as doing readings and art. But I am going to be putting an option down below in the description box in case there's anybody out there that would like to donate to my channel at all. I realize it's kind of early to be asking for that at this point, but it would help me out quite a bit if you have it to give, and if these benefit you in any way and you appreciate these readings. Even if it was $5, I could use anything at this point. Also, I'm also an astrologer, and I have been one professionally for at least 18 years now. I would like to get to a point with prosperity where I can take extra time out in order to possibly put some free courses on this channel for astrology, numerology, many other things. I actually read palms. I read astrology charts of all different kinds. I read tarot cards, and I also read tea leaves. So if there's anything about those things that you would like to know about, I've noticed that on YouTube there's not a whole lot available on things like Lilith in your chart, or Eros and Psyche, or any of the asteroids. So if there is anyone out there that would like to see videos about those concepts, donating to the channel would really help me with that. It would give me enough time and space to be able to sit down and knock them out, instead of scrambling around on the side trying to come up with enough. So thank you for patiently listening to me ramble, and I will see you soon with your bonus readings. For now, hopefully this will suffice. And next time I see you, you'll see some wind spirits. Okay, take care. I love you guys. Bye.